the truth.
Welcome to Drop Me Off in Nashville with Scottie and friends.
Hey, welcome back to Drop Me Off in Nashville. Remember last week when we were talking about all the different things why I said you guys can't handle the truth, and there's like this belief in your mind that somebody owes you something, and we did part one of a series. Well, we're going to finish up part two. Hey, Mark, how are you doing?
Doing great, man. How you doing?
Good. How's things been going in your life? Good?
Busy, yeah, but busy.
Yeah, up in Nashville, they have this thing called CMA Fest. Have you ever heard of that?
I have heard of it.
Now, there's probably 500,000 people up there right now just going absolutely crazy. And, in years past, you wouldn't see a bunch of different fights, or you wouldn't see people, not behaving themselves. They got drunk and had a good time, but It seems like this year there's a lot of mischief going on up in Nashville. I wonder why that is.
Huh.
The age?
Yeah, maybe.
The difference of people's attitudes, how they're brought up.
Getting older.
Yeah.
All the above.
Looks like it's a lot of fun. I got some friends up there doing some stuff. I have Amber Marie, Ashley Lynn, Scott Collier. They're all up there playing right now, which is really cool. All the people who've been on the show, which has been fantastic.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Mike Estes, remember Mike from Skinner? Yep, been talking to him a lot. He might come down to Muckeyes, so awesome. We can have him play some songwriting stuff. And then he just released a song called 250 Proof, I think it is, for the 250th anniversary of America. So which is pretty cool.
Awesome.
I'm pretty excited. He sent me a link yesterday. I should really look it up and see exactly what the name is called. But if you go on Skinny Molly Rocks or Mike Estes' first page or my Facebook page, you'll be able to see the link on there. I should have been more prepared. But 250 America, 250 Proof, something like that. But it's a super cool song.
We got to get Mike down here, definitely.
I know, and he is such a nice guy. You never know his pedigree. Like, we were talking to him at John O'Bainey's studio, and he said something like, I said, all your guys are so great in your band, none of them have an ego, and he made a great comment. He's like, if I don't have one, they shouldn't have one, which is so great, because he should be able to have one, and he most certainly doesn't. Just an amazing human being. I'd love to bring him over here to see your place.
Sure. I'd like to get him in here and do some recording. Yeah,
just to come in and just to kind of look. He would talk your ear off because he loves that.
Yeah.
Well, how did you call it? Remember when John and Mike were on my show, they were nerding it up? Is that what you called it?
We were geeking out.
Geeking out.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you get two engineers together. And
oh, my gosh, those guys talked and and I'm sitting here looking like a dumbass. I had no idea what they were talking about, Mark.
And when you walk into someone's studio, it's like Christmas land. You look around at everything they have and what they're doing.
Exactly.
Take mental notes.
You and Mike would get along perfectly. He's a super good guy. Well, let's get into it. So we'll take a break. We'll come back. Let's get into the rest of this part two, and we'll get this thing taken care of, okay? And I won't yell at you this week, I promise.
3, 1.
Your guitar isn't just an instrument. It's your voice. Your soul. Your weapon. So don't let it dull out. Bring it to life with Doc Simon's Miracle Guitar Polish, the premium 4-ounce organic formula that restores, protects, and ignites your finish with a stage-ready shine. Safe for every guitar finish and fine wooden instrument. Zero junk, all tone. Whether you're shredding solos or strumming stories, this polish delivers pro-level results every time. Make your guitar look as good as it sounds. Doc Simon's Miracle Guitar Polish. Your secret weapon for shine, tone, and total respect. Get yours now at SlamoCustomGuitars.com. That's SLAMO CustomGuitars.com.
Hey, Siri, bring me a sandwich.
I can't. I am not a human, you moron.
Oh, well then what's the best podcast she can play me?
Now playing Drop Me Off in Nashville.
Ah, thanks, Siri. Give me a hug.
You are an idiot.
Hey, welcome back to Drop Me Off in Nashville. Remember last week in part one, we stopped off by stop taking everything so personal. And I kind of went into it's just business, you guys, and people are going to have their dumb opinions. And you guys even got me fired up, and I spoke about that last week. But I want to go into segment 5 of this, and this is not bar fun night is how I labeled it. And what that means is I know you guys are down there to have a good time and party, and that's exactly what you should be doing. It's your job to entertain the masses. It's It's your job to keep people inside of those clubs. It's your job to make sure that you're learning your craft, reading the crowd, and holding them in the palm of your hand, as so many of you are so incredibly good at. John Stone, Scott Collier, a couple of the very best I know. Ashley Lynn is coming into her own. I was thinking this morning how Ashley's niche is she brings this bubble machine. You know, like when we were kids and you'd blow bubbles out of that little stick. Well, she got like this machine and she pulls the trigger and the people just eat it up. It's something weird. It's something different, but that's her niche, and that's what's kind of been working for her. And I think it's kind of smart. You know, there's a difference between being a hobby musician and a professional musician. Hobby is, you know, you're having a lot of fun. You're doing it with your buddies. It's not that big of a deal. You're not really looking to do anything. You just enjoy playing music, and it's in your soul, and it'll always be there. You're not looking to go anywhere. You're just looking to go out on a Thursday, Friday, Saturday night, play for the people, and go home, get your check, and that's the end of it. And then there's the career part of it, where you have to do things just a little bit better, different, take it to a different level, again, with the branding, making sure that maybe you're not wearing the same blue shirt, but you're wearing the same product of shirt, a hat, whatever, glasses on top, no glasses, whatever your image is going to be, you're going to continue to work that brand, like the bubble machine, like the John Stone and how he handles his crowd and what he does, like the Scott Collier and the certain kind of shirt that he always wears, and whether he's wearing an acoustic guitar or not, and the boots that he has on. It's always, these guys always have a professional image and they know how they're going to handle it. So being down in bars, it's not, you know, just having a great night. What I would do if I was you guys, with the computers and QR codes that we have, I would definitely make a little thing on the side of the stage that has something that links you to everything that they can find you. Because let's face it, you're down there selling cover songs. That's because what the bar wants you to do. Hopefully you're not screwing your voice up. You have in-ear monitors, so you're not wrecking your voice, because remember, that is your career. And if you can get yourself maybe a poster or even little cards, but not just business cards, make a different card, like something unique, something that stands out, something that's a little different. Excuse me. Let me step off. Let me grab this. Just let it run, Mark. I specifically brought this morning. Sorry about that, you guys. This is different. It's not just a little old card. It's different. It captures you on the back. There's a cool QR code, and this is the kind of stuff that Mark Maynard does. He thinks of these. It's not just a stupid business card like everybody does. He made something just a little bit different, a little bit special. It's called Jammed, and it's how you can find him. And even on the back, he went to as far as he threw a QR code on there. The simplicity of this, and be able to hand that out to people, or anybody ask who you were, or I want to book you. All I got to do is put it on there, or have a little table and just have it sitting there. It's just so smart, and it's so easy, because you have an opportunity for people all around the world who are coming to you. You're not begging them to come to Minnesota and watch you play every weekend, or they happen to be at their family's house or visiting friends, and they say, hey, let's go to the bar. There's this great band down there. In Nashville, these people come to you. And every week, they're new from all over the world. They could be buyers. They could be hotel owners. They could be festival owners, buyers, promoters. They could own bars. They could have a chain of bars. And you have them in the palm of your hand. And all you got to do is say, here's my card. Give us a shout. We'll work some booking out. So remember, you're not just playing Broadway. You're working your brand, you're working your craft, you're building your career, you're getting the numbers, the things that matter. Number 6, social media. Social media is not fame overnight. Just because you put your stuff on there, you have to work it. Liz, the manager, we talked about her last week. That's her name on Instagram and Facebook. Liz, the manager. Look her up. She's Stephen Bishop's wife. Probably one of the smartest people that I've ever come across. She knows how to work social media so well and she's so incredibly kind that this is what she does. She says, when I put my ads on this platform, this was my results. When I put my ads on all the emails that we have, this was my results. When I put my ads in the local paper, this was my results. And all those results, this one was the best, and here's the numbers. She's literally giving you everything you could ever ask for in the palm of your hand. So follow Liz, the manager. Listen to what she says. You'll see on the right-hand side all the people that saved everything that she said. They're in the thousands because she literally tells you exactly what to do. If you're going to set up a Facebook ad, she'll tell you how to do it step by step and how to make it as most professional as it possibly can. Use those tools. Make sure all those platforms work hand in hand with each other. And your little thing on the side of the stage also works hand in hand with your brand. Okay, remember, you're working your brand, you're doing your bubble machine, you're working that certain shirt. Over the years, people try to build a career online because somewhere in your guys' head it was drilled into you that that's what's important. But as a Billboard artist manager over the last couple of years, what's important is Spotify and YouTube. I'd say Spotify is probably number one. Work your Spotify more than anything you can ever do. If you have to hire a company to help you do that, do that. But work your Spotify. Get on these playlists. Keep your numbers growing. Make sure you're putting out a new song every 25 days. Don't let those numbers drop because you didn't put something out and you have to start back at zero. If you got momentum going, keep that momentum going, okay? You guys ain't gonna like this one. But what I wrote was, your friends are lying to you. Don't get pissed. Friends tell everything sounds amazing. Oh my God, man, that's so freaking good. I fucking love that song. It's just amazing. Holy shit. In the back of their mind, they're just going, oh boy, that wasn't all. Mark, don't sit over there and laugh. Is that the truth?
It is the truth. It's a very awkward kind of thing.
But it happens all the time, right?
Yeah, I mean, a good friend will tell you the truth.
You have to, because you're not doing them any favors. And it's going to hurt their feelings because they almost feel like it's their baby. You probably experience that a lot in here, right?
I do.
And they're like, man, don't you think this is fantastic? And you're sitting there going, this guy's paying me, so say the right thing. But
right.
It's business.
It's business. And I think the way I kind of handled it is I say, you know, we can make it better and give them some suggestions. And I kind of start from there.
Yeah.
Maybe.
They want to hear it.
But you can't get around the awkwardness of it, too.
Ego's up here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nobody wants to hurt people's feelings.
No.
I mean, everybody's generally nice. But I have said, and that's why I told you guys before when I first got started down here, and then as 10 years went by and I actually had a name in Nashville, I'd have friends and family send me stuff, and I'm just like, I can't help you. And I got called every name in the book, you guys, and rightfully so. It wasn't egotistical. It wasn't because I knew better. It was simply because I was so afraid that my name wouldn't be accepted at Sony and Warner and Capitol and all these record labels that we used to have in town that are all merged together. They would take my emails. They would take my phone calls. They would take a meeting with me because they may have said not now, but they've never said this is terrible. Why are you wasting my time? And I worked real hard not to do that. So sometimes your friends, they're lying to you, and you kind of know that because when grandma and your friends and your mom and dad say, "Oh my God, it's the best song in the world," but then you put it out to the public, and it's a dud, then you kind of know that one didn't work. Just pivot. Just pivot. Just change it. Maybe change the song completely, even though you love it so much. There's something not resonating. And that's the hardest pill to swallow. You have this song that you think is fantastic. You put it out there. People that you send it to are your friends, and they're going, "Oh my God, it's great. We love it, blah, blah, blah." But then you put it online, and it doesn't go anywhere. And you have to look yourself in the mirror and go, I'm missing something somewhere. Is it the chorus? Did I not grab them in the first verse? In the first 10 seconds, did they pop off because it sucked? Where did I lose them? And that's where I have to go back and change it. That's tough. And I think a lot of songwriters, probably the best songwriters, are able to do that with ease. I think that's a question for like Tommy Barnes. I should ask him. One of the best writers in Nashville, one of the nicest guys in Nashville, one of the better singers in Nashville. I think I'll ask him and see what he says about that. But I bet he can pivot without his feelings being hurt at all because it's It's business to him. Hey, we'll be right back, and we'll finish this up right after this.
You're tuned in to Drop Me Off in Nashville with Scott and friends. I think they've been dropped off at a few Nashville bars themselves.
Hey, this is Tommy Two-Tone, and you're listening to.
Check us out.
Hey, this is Amber Marie.
This is John O'Baney.
Hey, this is Sammy Kosar.
Hey, this is Howard Decker with the Straight Country Tribute Band.
Hey, this is Julie Black.
And this is Dave Eichenberger.
Hey, I'm Scott Collier.
This is Ashley Lynn.
Hey, this is Frankie Justin, and you're listening to Scottie and Friends.
Scottie and Friends.
With Scottie and Friends.
Hey, this is Mike Estes, and you're listening to Drop Me Off in Nashville podcast with Scottie and Friends.
Thanks for listening, y'all.
Hey, welcome back to Drop Me Off in Nashville. Our commercials are the best, aren't they? And these little bumpers, that's Mark Maynard production. You guys check him out. No matter where you are in the world, you could be in California, Minnesota, Iowa, New York. If you need bumpers, reach out to Mark Maynard. Tell them a little bit about your company, Mark. Would you mind doing that for me? Let's do a live commercial for you.
Sure. Yeah, especially if you're a podcaster. I have two companies.
Got it.
Monster Mix Productions is my main company. It's the studio. I do a lot of remixes and for people. I work with radio. And then I started a separate thing for podcasters, and that's podcastproductionmusic.com. So you can go to podcastproductionmusic.com or monstermixproductions.com. They both reach me. And for podcasts, I do, like we do for Drop Me Off in Nashville, intros, outros, all the bumpers, the commercials, and that kind of thing. My background is radio, so I kind of give it that radio style of production.
Yeah, but hang on now. Your background is in huge radio. I mean, you deal with some of the best around, I could say, the world. Is that a fair statement?
That's fair.
You were on the cuff of being with some of the very best, world known.
Yeah.
And locally, you do a very good job with major.
Yeah, MJ Morning Show is the number one morning show in Tampa.
Yeah,
I've been with them for a little over 20 years.
Yeah, that's incredible.
And I do their productions, which is like jingles, parody songs.
So what does it mean when you say productions? And like, let's say I know how I got to meet you. I literally came over and we talked and we just kind of started doing stuff. But how would somebody, let's say in New York, hire you? And how would they get their intros and outros? Would you create that for them, or would you kind of say, "What's your show about?" How does that work?
Yeah, everyone's different. Some people are like you, for example. You are very organized. When you have an idea for a spot that you want to do or something like that, as far as the commercials, you will script it out and everything. Some people are like that. Other people, they'll tell you kind of what they want it to be, and usually what I do is what I call a scratch demo. Which you do in the studio a lot of times with, as you know, with songs, when you pitch songs. And that's a very simple production, maybe one instrument, one vocal, same kind of voiceover, just to see if that's on the right track. And then once it is, then the full production happens.
So you could do like the quote-unquote goof on them if you wanted to, or serious bumpers, or commercials, or anything that they intros, outros, any of that, right?
Right. Like with podcast,
and you don't have to be here.
You don't have to be here.
Be anywhere in the world.
And with podcast, I've done some that the topic is a very serious type of topic.
Sure.
So it's not something that it would be different than what we do here. So, if you're a podcaster and you go to podcastproductionmusic.com, you can set an appointment with me right there, and we do an online Zoom, usually a half hour, and that's where I get to know the person, like what they want, what their ideas are, and then I usually come back at them with some ideas, and that's kind of how we start.
Yeah. So for me, it was great because you goofed on us, which I absolutely loved, because that's, to me, it's like, this is just fun. Yeah, who cares?
Yeah.
So the goofier or the more you goofed on us, the more I liked it, because I thought this is what this is supposed to. I'm trying to entertain people, not just, like last week yelled at them, but I want them to know that this is just some place where you can go, you get information, or you don't have to get information. It doesn't matter. But at the same time, it's lighthearted.
Yeah. Well, I try to reach podcasters because I will say, radio and podcasting are different, but they're the same. The end result is the same. The morning show I talked about, after every live show, it's edited and put on all the same platforms that podcasts are. So it becomes a podcast after the live show.
Cool.
The difference between radio and podcast, radio has FCC regulations. They transmit on a frequency. There's a lot of costs. Podcast, you can get a laptop, be in your bedroom with your underwear, a microphone and a laptop, and you can do whatever you want. The difference, the negative for podcasters is radio understands production quality. They have production staff usually.
Right.
Podcasters don't have that. So I try to bring that to podcasters because typically what they do is they download royalty-free music and they just say, "Hi, I'm John Doe. Welcome to John Doe Podcast."
Sure.
And they don't have an audio brand because they take that music, which isn't exciting, but they throw it way in the background and talk over it. And I always say, why are you putting your brand in the background? It needs to be up front.
Right.
So we designed something where when I do a thing for an intro for a podcast, people might not recognize it, but the volume of music, voiceovers, sound effects, and singing, if there is singing, it's all the same. But it sort of dances in and out with each other. I don't throw anything in the background.
One more time, how do they get you?
Podcastproductionmusic.com or monstermixproductions.com.
You guys, honestly, I can't say enough. And I know he's my friend, but I'm telling you, the quality of his work, the professionalism is great. He's not paying me to do any of this. I'm doing it just because it's the truth. And if you guys want to do some stuff, even in your music career, he can help you in a lot of different ways there as well. So if you want to put maybe some stuff on be different. You guys, how about this? Just thought of this on your Facebook page. And if he made you like this little intro or outro that every time before you came on and did something live, you could play that, or you could put something on TikTok that kind of had an intro to who you are, and almost like Mark, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to say something here, but I don't know how I'm saying it. Like
think of it like a logo that you hear.
Yeah, like a logo even. Yeah.
You know, that's when I do presentations for podcasters.
Yeah.
And a lot of people say, "What's an audio brand?" And I ask them, if you're driving down the street and you see a red sign with golden arches on it, what do you think of? Oh, McDonald's. I go, if you turn on the radio and you hear ba-dum, bum, 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 what do you think of?
Yeah.
McDonald's. I said, so it's a logo, but you hear it. It's audio.
Logo. Okay, so audio brand or people brand, like we've been talking about, right? It's the same thing. So they could literally have this little audio 10-second clip from you.
Yes.
You guys, artists.
And why wouldn't you do that?
Why
Because
not?
Even if you are a podcast that has video, like Drop Me Off in Nashville, I might be listening to it while I'm driving. So I can't see the video.
You can't.
But I don't get the visual at that point, but I've got the audio brand. So I tell them that your podcast has to stand alone from an audio standpoint because not everyone is watching it at the same time.
And so as an artist, you guys think outside the box. Remember, the fruit is on the limb. So if you go on a limb, that's where you get all the fruit. Do something different because everybody's doing the same thing, okay? Now you have an opportunity. We just came up for it. You're welcome. Get a hold of Mark. Have him make you some 15-second intro, outro, something about your brand where you play that thing constantly. Have it run on your Facebook. Tag it on the top. Put it on your Instagram. Run it on your TikTok. Every single time you're going to talk on TikTok live, you can run this thing beforehand. That's a great idea. And I'll tell you, if you're thinking it's going to be $10,000, $20,000, $30,000, you guys, that's the furthest thing from the truth. Call Mark, talk to him, discuss some stuff with him. It's not expensive, but it's well worth it because now you're going to be ahead of the curve. You're going to be doing something other people aren't doing. Segment 11, the hardest truth. Some artists. I think I wrote that wrong. I don't think I should say some. I'm going to say most. Artists, you blame Nashville, you blame the labels, you blame the producers, you blame social media, you blame your age, you blame you don't have enough money, that there's favoritism, that this guy's better, this guy's worse. But many don't realize you need to go look in the mirror. You need to improve something. You have to change something. Maybe study the business more. Maybe not just listen to my show. Go to Liz, the manager. Listen to her show. Go to Top Music Attorney. She has black hair. She's really skinny, has a red streak in her hair. These two ladies on Instagram and TikTok, they don't pay me either. Nobody pays me for this stuff. I just tell you because I want you guys to learn. I want you to hear it echoed from other people. So if you're questioning me, then you hear it from the same people that have long careers in this business. You'll start to go, oh, maybe Scott wasn't full of shit and he's actually being honest with us and I should be thankful instead of being an asshole online. We're all out here to help you. Study the business. Build relationships. Here's the word. Correctly. Not recklessly. Build them correctly. Be nice. It's just as easy to take the high road as it is to be an asshole. Don't think that you're better than somebody because you had a big crowd in that night. It definitely feels good. But a professional can do that for the next 30 years over and over and over again, not just a one-off. Stay consistent. Stay consistent to yourself, to your brand, to your music, to your creativity. Don't try to copy what's on the radio. Are you hearing me? Don't try to copy what's on the radio. It's too late. It's already been done. Think forward. Maybe that's more guitars. Then you go online and the country music fans say, I hate all these guitars. But that doesn't matter. If that's what your brand is, if that's what your music style is, go that way. See if that'll hit. Because if that hits, that hits. Don't try to copy everybody that's already out there. It doesn't work. You have to be original. Release enough music every 25 days. I believe the rule is 28. I say 25 because you could have a computer glitch. You could not like it. It didn't post properly. So you give yourself a couple, 3 days extra. Every 25 days, put something new on all your platforms and develop a discipline within yourself. Be on time. Understand what the drummer does. Understand what the sound tech does. Be appreciative of those people. Understand the band that was in front of you. Slap them on the back. You never know what they're going to do. They might beat you to the grand finale one day. And they might come to you. Be disciplined. Be a good human being. Follow the dream the right way. Keep writing, keep creating, keep learning, keep growing. Stop expecting shortcuts. There isn't any. You got to work it. Just keep working it. Don't look for that validation stamp. Put that validation stamp and then hand it to the label and say, here you go. Here's my numbers. Here's my business plan. Here's what we've done. Here's what we have. Here's what we're going forward with. Here's the next 50 songs that we have written in the can. Your dreams require some type of structure. Do you understand what that means? It's not just a dream. It's fun in here. It's fun when everybody says that you're great, but make it have a structure. Make it have a plan in your head, where it's going, what you're going to do with it next. How do I say this? Nobody cares whether you get a record deal or not. You do. Dude, that's your dream. People will be proud of you. People will love it. It's exciting. It's fun. But you control your dream. Not me as your manager. Not Mark as your production guy or your engineer, your studio guy. Not Jalbani as running the best musicians in Nashville. Not Mike Estes come in and play on your record. But if you do get Mike Estes come play on your record, sit him down and ask him what the hell he did, because he figured it out. Nobody cares if you get a record deal. Nobody cares if I become the next Bill Gates. That's my dream. Those are your dreams. So you have to go after your dreams for you. Don't expect anybody else to latch onto your dream for you, unless you build a working relationship, or they see your vision, or they can help you get to your vision. That's where I come in. Because you don't need a manager out of the gate. You don't need it. There's nothing to manage. There's no money coming in. There's nothing, unless you want to pay me. And then I would probably tell you no anyway, because there's nothing to manage. There's nothing to build. I would sit you down and say, build your Spotify. Let's get an agency where you can keep your footprint in Nashville, but at the same time go make money somewhere else. And then we have something to talk about. But you got to have some kind of revenue stream so you can start building your business, building your brand. Some final talking points. Nashville will change your life. You might make it, you might not. You might stay there for 30 years and be content and have one of the best lives you can have. And one of my bestest friends, Scott Collier, has that very life. Drives 2 miles down the road, comes in, plays 4 nights a week, got to raise his son. does everything he wants to do. He doesn't have to be on a stinky bus. He doesn't need to travel the world. If he wants to travel the world and go to Australia and play, he gets invited enough. He just goes if he wants to, but he doesn't have to. He's made himself a wonderful life. That makes a ton of money doing it. I couldn't be more proud or happy for a guy that's more well-deserved and more hardworking than Scott Collier. John Stone, another one. They're fantastic people. They earned everything they got, and God bless them for that. Nashville will change your life. If you don't make it and you go home, I told you in other shows, you will be the best in your community, probably in your region. You'll get an agent very, very fast, and you will be booked on some of the best shows all over, and you can make yourself a nice life. Music can absolutely become a career, like I just told you, with Scott, with John, probably many others that I'm missing. But you have to do that career on your terms and where you want to go with it. That's what's important. Keep your momentum going. Respect the business side. It's called the music business. The business today, we all hate it, but it's more important than the damn music. And why does that even make sense? I don't know. I have no idea. Maybe because some of the guys that are running these labels don't even know what an A or a G chord is. Maybe that's why. They're just business people. Mark, what do you think? Do you think maybe it's just the money now? It's gotten so tight with these labels. What is it? Great songs are great songs, right?
Yeah, maybe the competition, especially, since the internet came along. I mean, it's not like it used to be. It's not like the days of where an A&R guy walks into a bar and hears an artist and says, they're great, I want to sign them to a label.
It's not.
Now it's like, how many downloads do you have? What have you sold? How much have you produced? And you have to have this whole resume without even hearing anything that they've done.
You know what I think is cool is a guy by the name of Zach Top. He's been an incredible guitar player for a long time, and he found his own voice even when he was 16 years old. And Zach was like TikTok and Instagram famous, Mark, and he had all these people call him and say, hey, come to Nashville. It's only going to cost you $30,000, blah, blah, blah. And finally, a guy from Craig Wiseman, who's one of the best writers in Nashville, somebody on his team got home and said, hey, come to Nashville. Let's see what we can do. And Zach was like, what's that going to cost me? He's like, cost you? Nothing. Get your ass up here. Let's see what we can do. Zach got in the truck and went to Nashville, and the rest is history. I bring up Zach Top a lot because he's a big fan of Music City Bar and Grill. And they're if you could play the Music City Bar and Grill commercial after that, or if we don't have one, we'll make one. But my friend Rodney Collins owns it in Music City. It's in the Valley, and then he has one down in St. Pete. He just opened up right on Gulf Boulevard down there. I think it is between Clearwater and St. Pete. I think it's Gulf. Beautiful bar. He's bringing all the players from up there. But I just think that Nashville and the music industry has changed. And are you seeing that? I mean, it's almost better to be an independent artist at this point. Yes?
I think so, too. Yeah.
Because you get to keep the money, right?
Yeah.
Instead of giving it away?
Yeah, and you can kind of set your standards a little bit instead of them controlling. You look back at artists from the day like Prince and all these people that once they got famous, they had to try to get out of this record deal. Tom Petty was the same way. He had to fight the record companies because they didn't have any control. So that's one of the good things about what you're talking about, being smart in the business, knowing what to do, set everything up correctly. Then you have more control over your product than they have control. For instance, if you get a publisher, then that's one thing I notice even in what I do. If you have a publishing rights to your material, then they have to go into a co-publishing agreement with you. Mm-hmm. Most people don't think about it. They think, I want to be famous. I want to see my name. I want to be the writer and see my name on it. And so someone like me that owns a recording studio, I could just slap my publishing company on their product. They would never know the difference. If they hit it big, then all of a sudden they come to me and I go, hey, I own 100% of your publishing.
There's many crooked companies who do that very thing.
Yeah.
You got to protect yourself up front.
So that's why what you're talking about is important, because that gives you more control.
Right, for sure. So thanks for jumping in today. I appreciate it. I know I went on you a lot, but I like it when you ask me these certain questions or bring your experience to the table, because it just gives it another view, another way for people to look at it. we're starting here in Newport Richey. It's called My Virtual Roots. And you guys, what I'm going to do is we're all going to die one day. As morbid as that sound. And we're all going to leave a legacy. It might be your music career. It might be that you own a car dealership. It might be that you're a fantastic housewife or house husband. And our kids won't know us. But what we decided is we're going to do some filming here in Newport Richey where we're going to bring people in. We have 100 different questions that you can ask your loved ones. You could be on camera or we'll interview them for you, or you could bring in your own questions. And it's extremely affordable, extremely cheap. And we will film everything in high quality, just like this production that you're seeing here. We'll give you a thumb drive or download it into the cloud, whatever you want to do, and you'll have this piece of history of your loved ones for hundreds and hundreds of years if you wanted, where your kids could see what I was like, what times were like back in my day when I was growing up in the 80s. What was it like compared to today? And Mark and I are going to film that right here in Newport Richey. And like I said, it's extremely affordable. We're doing it for the bigger picture, not to be rich, but to help you people save some of your loved ones in the cloud forever. And it's just a basic fun interview that you can do and ask, certain things. What was a loaf of bread cost what was your typical day? Did you go to the prom? Who did you go with? What was school like? What did they teach you? Well, compared to today, what was the internet like before the internet came out? What was that all about? What was your greatest memory of your family? What was your favorite cartoon? And you start to see all these patterns. And what I've noticed is I'm starting to see traits from my grandfather that he used to do, or the things that he used to like. And it's kind of funny. I don't know how that works through centuries of people. My grandfather was born in 1894, and my grandma was born in 1900. So imagine. So it's kind of cool. And I have a bunch of memories of those two people still in my head that I'm going to get down on tape, and we'll actually do some filming today on it. But I appreciate you listening to Drop Me Off in Nashville. I appreciate you guys coming to the site. I don't appreciate y'all being jerk-offs, but that's your deal. We won't entertain you. We're going to block you because this is a place of love over hate, and we're here to help. And we hope that you will gravitate to some of the things we do. All of our stuff isn't gospel. It's just our opinion. It's just our experience, and this is what we've seen. So thanks for tuning in to Drop Me Off in Nashville, you guys. Take care of yourself. And I think next week we're going to go into something just a little bit different than the music industry. I haven't really came up with what I'm going to do yet, but I'm going to try something different. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks, Mark.
Thanks for joining Scottie and Friends. Don't forget to like and subscribe to join the Drop Me Off in Nashville family. Engineering and production provided by Podcast Production Music.
Well, Nashville, can't thank you enough for all the time.
Y'all come back now. Here?